G'day everyone, welcome to another video from Sweeney's Creek Farm. On the road again today, driven down to Melbourne. One good call in and one not so good call in, but I'll throw it over to Julianne to explain.
So we made a quick stop to get some more glasses and jars and everything for our preserves because we've run out. But this stop is not one that we've been looking forward to. So about 7 years ago, I was diagnosed with carpal tunnel and I had not had surgery on it. It's gradually been getting worse and worse. So a couple of months ago, I went to see my GP and she referred me to a specialist. Then we went and saw the specialist. Well, I went and saw the specialist, and unfortunately it wasn't great news. And not only was it carpal tunnel, there's also some damage to the median nerve up near my elbow. And the only way to fix this is to have surgery. And it's a fairly major surgery, and it will be basically slicing my arm from my elbow through down to my hand. They'll fix the carpal tunnel and they'll also decompress the median nerve across my arm as well.
So I've had both of my wrists done for carpal tunnel, and my scar is only that big on both wrists, but Julianne's facing one. Well, they're hoping not to go right from the elbow down, and he's hoping to stop halfway and then start again, but he really won't know till he gets in there. So
yeah, so not the best news, not the news we were looking forward to. And it was quite ironic because the day before we found out we had to have this surgery I had to have this surgery, was the day that we got our permit to start our building our house, or the second stage of our house. So it's come at a most inconvenient time, so I'm going to be out of action for quite some time. They say it could be months to even a year before I get that strength in my hand back. I have no strength whatsoever in my hand, and I've been finding it more and more difficult to do things. Even opening jars is become a little bit hard. So we've got a lot of things to do and a lot of projects to get done, so this is a necessity and not one that I can put off for any longer.
So we're just in the car park at the moment. We just arrived, just about to go in and get Julianne organised, get her checked in and work out what time she's going in for the operation and work out our timing to head home. But yeah, it's going to be a bit tough for a while, but if we don't do the operation, then the medial nerve is only going to continue to degenerate, and then eventually she'll lose complete use of her hand. And so what has to be done has to be done.
So we'll keep you updated. Obviously Stephen will be doing some filming for me, yeah, I'm just glad that I'm ambidextrous and know how to use my left hand for a lot of things. So we'll see you on the other side.
Okay everyone, so it's now 2.5 days later. Operation was on Friday, this is Monday morning. We've been through the weekend. Julianne's had the operation and she's now in healing mode, and I'll throw it over to her to give you an update on how she's doing.
Yeah, it's we got operated really late on Friday. We thought it was actually going to be cancelled at one stage, and was not looking forward to that. I honestly could say that I've had a lot of operations in the past, and this one was probably one of the worst I've ever had, just because of the fact that we were dealing with nerves and muscles and everything. And I woke up and was in a huge amount of pain. Apparently I spoke to my doctor. I don't recall speaking to my doctor, but he told me that I'd indicated that it was pretty bad pain. And the last couple of days, I won't lie, have been pretty rough. I have some medication that I've been taking. It's a pretty strong medication, and I'm not really keen on taking it, but unfortunately the pain has been so great that I have been taking it. So that's just taken the edge off. It hasn't taken everything off, and as you can see, it's bandaged pretty extensively here. And that's irritating me as well because it's really, really itchy underneath. So my fingers, I do have feelings in my fingers, which is really, really good. One of my concerns was that because we were dealing with so many nerves and muscles and everything, that things can go wrong, and losing the use of your hand and arm was probably the greatest fear that I had going into this one. But everything seems to be really good. My doctor was really funny. I did ask him when he was marking my arm, because I made sure they didn't do the wrong one, if he was giving me a general or a local anaesthetic. He said it was a general I was going under, because they didn't need my help during the surgery. So he made me feel really at ease, and he was absolutely lovely. So when we spoke, I think Saturday afternoon, he gave me a call. Yes, a doctor ringing on a Saturday afternoon, because he realised that I probably wouldn't remember the conversation we had. He said everything went fantastic. He was very happy. He was very pleased that he did the surgery that he suggested, because it was pretty bad.
In fact, it was his words were that it was actually worse than what he suspected from his initial diagnosis. So the fact that we made the call to go in and do it was the vindication that it was the right decision to make, because if we hadn't done it, if we had to let it go, then you were at risk of actually that nerve ended up being completely dead and losing the use of your hand. So
yeah. He did say that when he went in, he was quite surprised at my muscles in my arms. He said, I've got very big muscles in my forearms. And I said that may be something to do with the fact that I was a cake decorator, and I was a rower, and, doing a lot of stuff with
apprentice mechanic. And
yeah. So he said he was quite shocked at the strength and size of my muscles. So he said that made it a little bit more difficult. He did have to slice the muscle in about 4 places to decompress the nerves and everything. So where to from here? You may have seen in our previous video about our house starting. That's put a little bit of a spanner in the works, because, as I said, we will own a building, so we might have to change a few plans. I'll be doing some physio and some recovery. It could take, a good 6 to 12 months to get back to normal. But he has assured me that the hand surgery was 100% success, and the nerves weren't damaged as much as up in the forearm. So he said that's going to return to 100%, and hopefully this one will as well. So I've just got to do something that I don't normally do, and that is
do nothing and rest.
And I am so bored. It's day 2 and I am very bored. I do have a sling here that I put my arm in when I'm walking around, but if I'm sitting down I can take that off and just rest it. And I'm just not allowed to do anything at the moment, so Stephen and Harrison have been looking after me fantastically. And yeah, just got to do as I'm told apparently. So yeah.
The danger with the post-op on this one is that if you try to use that hand or that arm too quickly, then you're only going to re-damage and put more compression back, and basically you'll undo the operation. So unfortunately, you have to do basically nothing for at least 2 to 4 weeks, and light duties after that. And it's an interesting one, because he said there's not really any rehab that you can do afterwards. It's just a matter of letting the body heal itself and create that compartment in there that's not going to compress the nerve. So yeah, unfortunately Julianne's not the person to sort of sit and do nothing, but unfortunately that's exactly what she has to do for the next month.
So it looks like I'll be getting Harrison and Stephen to plant my autumn vegetable patch and my garlic, and I've got a lot of seedlings that I put into punnets, and I started growing them before this all happened. So I would have liked to have got that done before all this, but it is what it is and had to be done. So we've been putting this off for a few years, and it just got to the point where it had to be done. So I'm glad it's been done, but it's a lot of pain, and I don't think I've ever had a surgery that caused this much pain and everything. So yeah. So that's basically it. That's a bit of an update. I'm not sure what's going to be coming up in the next couple of videos. Hopefully you'll see Stephen do a harvest video on his honey, which we've filmed that. We've just got to try and edit, which is a little bit difficult, but I am ambidextrous, so I can use my left hand. So we'll get some of that done. And we'll just keep you updated. And obviously, you know, some of the videos that are coming up of the slab and the concrete going down, but we might have to take a little bit of a break while I recover a little bit more.
So there you go, guys, just a little update. It's all been good news so far, not easy news, but good news. So thanks for being here and supporting the channel, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up, and please consider
the thumbs up.
Yeah, I can do 2, Julianne can only do 1. So yeah, please, if you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It's free and really supports our channel and makes us very happy to get on here and do more videos. So we'll see how it goes with the next month of healing, and then we should be all good to go again. Okay guys, bye for now. See you on the next one.